Good evening, everybody. Welcome. It's Friday once again. Welcome to the Man Cave. See, we're gonna bring Brother Jeff in with us. Jeff, how are you?
Doing great.
Excellent. And Tanya, the keeper of the faith, the controller of the system, the head wife in charge up there. So, how are you, Tanya?
I'm pretty good. How about you?
Are you drinking with us tonight?
I am. I have a vanilla cream cappuccino.
Oh boy, Jeff, what do you got going on?
I got me some Eagle Rare going on.
Eagle Rare. Uh, I'm gonna get into this tonight again. This I picked up two new bottles of whiskey this week from Jack Daniels. These are two new offerings from Jack Daniels that just came out, and these are going to be regular offerings. They're going to be they should be easy to get as soon as the supply chain fills up. This is a Jack Daniels bonded, uh, which I don't know if we've talked about bottled in bond before. It's bottled in bond these days is a marketing gimmick more than anything. It means that it was secured in a bonded government bonded warehouse while it was aging, so you can assure that it was aged the way they say it was, which is not a huge deal. Most Jack Daniels is aged for 4 years, but some of the other one of the other things about stuff that's bottled in bond, it's bottled at 100 proof. So this is probably most likely 4 years aged for 4 years, like most of the other Jack Daniels, and it was bottled at 100 proof. And I've already had one glass of this when I got it to try it out, uh, and it's good. We'll talk about it in a minute. The second iteration they have of this is this triple mash. It's bonded also, but it is a blend of three mashes of their American malt mash, their rye mash, and their Tennessee whiskey mash. And I've tried this also. This is pretty good. Uh, it's probably really good, but it's not my jam. I like it okay, and I'm going to finish it, but I probably won't buy it again. But this Jack Daniel, the black label is something I'm going to keep around here. I really like it. So that's what I'm having tonight. So cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Hmm.
John,
Yes, ma'am.
you have a fella in need here,
In desperate need.
in desperate need.
Okay, Wesley, I do. If you will go to my Man Cave Meals YouTube channel, it's there. If you'll do a search on the Man Cave Meals YouTube channel for Carolina barbecue sauce, you'll find my vinegar based sauce recipe there. I like it. Uh, it's an easy recipe. It's really easy, and it's first of all, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not the world's biggest fan of the Carolina vinegar based sauces, but I like this one because it's my recipe. It's good.
Yeah.
Uh, Try it out. It's on, like I said, go to the Man Cave Meals YouTube channel and you'll find it in there. If you'll, once you're on that channel, hit the search, hit the magnifying glass icon to search for Carolina sauce and you'll find it. It's pretty easy to make and it's good.
John, is it the Eastern North Carolina inspired barbecue sauce?
Yes, that's the
Okay.
one. If you'll post the link in the comments, Tanya, you might be able to click on that. But
Doing that
it's a
right
good
now.
it's a good sauce. Uh, and don't ever try to call anything authentic because if you do, the food police will come out of the woodwork and tell you why it's not. So mine's not as authentic as some, but it's good. I think you'll like it if you like that kind of sauce. Tom wants to know, is Johnny coming to? Of course, Johnny's coming to the cookout. Tom, were you at Atlanta Grill Company today? We're going to talk a little bit about Atlanta Grill Company tonight for sure.
What's
So
Tom been thinking?
Hey,
Glenn's with
Glenn.
us. That's
It's my
Glenn.
favorite Australian.
Yeah, Glenn's everybody. Glenn's he's my Australian connection now. Since Glenn's come on with us, yeah, we'll have to get Glenn back on. Glenn continues to make amazing looking food. Uh, Andy up in Pennsylvania is having a beer with us. Good deal. Mm. Brent, glad you could come in. Wesley's from Peoria. Oh boy, man. I've done my time in Peoria. I don't know if we've talked about that before or not. I used to work for Caterpillar, so I've spent a lot of time in Peoria and in East Peoria. Man, there used to be an Irish pub up there that I understand now is closed down called Sully's or O'Sullivan's right in downtown Peoria, man. I used to love to go there at the end of my day every day when I was in downtown Peoria at the Caterpillar offices. And I have put back many a beers and some good food at at O'Sullivan's. But I think somebody told me that place is closed now, and that's a shame. Janice, glad you could make it. I'm looking forward to meeting you next week. Uh, yep, and Kurt, happy Memorial Day weekend to y'all. And like I told everybody on the Kamado Joe group today, you'll all be happy to know that grilling season starts on Monday. Uh, Memorial Day is the start of grilling season in the United States. In case you didn't know that, I want to make you all aware of that. It's okay to start your grills on Monday, and you got to get everything grilled that you want to grill because grilling season ends on Labor Day in September. It's like the first Monday in September, so you've got to get all your grilling done between Memorial Day and Labor Day.
Tell me it's not
Beth,
so.
Beth, glad you could make it in here. I'm looking forward to meeting you this next week as well.
I have no idea, Tom.
Tom's counting carbs now, Tanya. He's calling us out. So
It was delicious, and I don't count carbs. Well, I mean, I
I
sort
didn't
of count
see any
carbs.
carbs in it. Did you?
Kind of,
If you can't,
I put it in the carb manager, and if I'm good to go with the carbs, then yay, and then if I'm not good to go with the carbs, also yay.
oh boy. All right, Tanya, we're going to bring you back. So you keep everything running down there. All right. Okay. Jeff, did you cook this week?
Yes, did that prime rib
Oh
and
yeah,
also
that's
did
right.
some pork tenderloins.
You did a prime rib and you seasoned it with the Argentina steak. How did that
Yes, I
come
did.
out,
That came out fantastic. It was a
man?
lot better than the last one I did. The last one I told you it tasted good, but it was a little tough.
Jeff
Just one
got
of
a
luck of the
Jeff,
draws.
here's something that happens sometimes. Every now and then you get a piece of meat that's not real good, and Jeff
Yep.
unfortunately got one of those. It was we were all back over Easter when we were all buying those $6.99 a pound prime rib roast from Publix. Jeff bought one, and it didn't come out well for Jeff, and I have no doubt that Jeff cooked it properly. Jeff knows how to cook one of those, and he said it was just tough. And
Yep.
the one I cooked one. I cooked a dinner for my mom, my sister, and my brother-in-law. We cooked one of the same roasts from Publix. Yeah, mom's here. Mom, we're
Mama's in
talking
the house.
prime rib. Yeah, I was just telling them about the prime rib that we cooked for me, you, Margaret, and Lyle, uh, and how well it came out. Jeff bought one of those prime ribs from Publix down in Florida, and his didn't come out well. It was just a bad piece of meat. It was tough, and it happens like that sometimes. You cannot count on every single piece of meat you buy and being the way you want it every time. It's just gonna work out that way, and it'll happen. And so Jeff got another one and cooked it, and it came out well, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
This one
everything
Saturday was nice and tender. I say that
everything was
last one,
good.
the cow could have been excited before it was slaughtered. They'll tense up and you get tough meat, whatnot.
Yeah,
It is
but
what it is.
I've had pork butts. The pork since probably in the big barbecue meat world, I cook more pork butts than anything else, and I'll occasionally have one that doesn't come out great in terms of the tenderness and texture I like. And what I do when that happens, and I I pull my pork by hand, and I like to have long, stringy bits of that pulled pork, and that's the texture and consistency I like. But when I get a hold of one that's tougher than it should be, I just chop it. I'll get
Yep.
two of them. I've got two of those meat cleavers over here, and I'll put all that meat out on a big board, and I'll go to work with my cleavers on it and chop it finer, and it's fine. And I'll sauce it too, usually when I'm going to eat it. So, Eric, no aging. Well, I don't know what you mean by aging. If dry aging usually tenderizes meat. I don't know if you dry age or if you wet aged. Uh, I don't know what happens if you wet age too long. These things shouldn't wet age more than about 30 days from the time they're cryovac. I think there's a time limit on that. So uh, I don't know. And when meat comes out dry, especially something like a brisket, there's a lot of different reasons it can come out dry because brisket seems horribly dry and tough when it's undercooked as well as when it's overcooked. Right, Jeff?
Yep. You gotta
Brisket.
get that little sweet medium there.
Yeah, there's a sweet spot with brisket that you got to be in, and I know from the social media reading I do, I know a lot of newer brisket cooks when they tell me they've pulled it off at 190 or pulled it off at 195. I know that they rarely come
Yep.
good at that temperature. They're rarely ready to come off by then. But he says he used it's an umai bag. I don't know why that would have come out tough unless it was a failure in the cooking process. Was it a ribeye, a whole ribeye roast that you dry aged and it ended up being tough? What I don't remember if he said what it says
He
he.
was more talking about it being dry than tough.
Yeah, well, so yeah, there's a lot of things. Let me roll into my pictures here. I'm going to show you one here in a minute, but I want to talk briefly about this place. This is a new place that's in a town about 15 miles from me in Lenore, North Carolina. It's 4440 Ranch and Cattle Company. They've been this is a ranch up in western North Carolina, and they raise what's called F1 Wagyu cattle. And they've been selling in the wholesale market for quite a while, but they've recently opened this retail shop, and today was the first day their retail shop was open. They did a soft opening today, and Tanya and I went up there for it. This company is owned by Madison Bumgarner's family, and if you don't know who Madison Bumgarner is, Madison Bumgarner is a professional baseball player that lives in my area here, and he played for the San Francisco Giants for quite a while, and now he plays for the Arizona Diamondbacks. And his family owns this, and I wanted to go up and have a look at what they had, and I ended up buying this. If you'll look at this daggum tri-tip right here, uh, you can't look at that and not say, "Oh my God, look at that marbling." I don't know if I've ever had a tri-tip that looked as good as that, and I've had some great looking tri-tips before from Porter Road that I don't know if I've ever had a Porter Road one that had that nice of an appearance to it. And yeah, Beth, it is going to be dangerous because this meat's expensive. It's not cheap. That's the most expensive piece of tri-tip I've ever bought. They had some really great looking briskets up there also. And most of what I didn't go through what briskets were in the case, but I looked through the door and I think the lightest one I saw was 17 pounds, and their brisket's $10 a pound. So that's what you'd be looking at, 160 to $200 for one of these briskets. But I'm going to buy one when I'm ready to cook another brisket, which I'm not sure when my next brisket's going to be because I've done a couple of briskets here recently. But the next time I'm ready to cook a brisket, I'm going to go buy one from these guys. I was thinking about Jeff and I both been toying with the idea of buying the gold grade Snake River Farms, right, Jeff?
Yep. That's going to be my next brisket I do.
So, and those are roughly the same price as what I'm looking at here. Those gold grade briskets are what they're in the $200 price range, right, Jeff? Somewhere
Yeah,
in
the size we want's right at $200.
Mhm. That's what Myron Mixon cooks. He cooks those, and those are those gold grade Snake River Farms briskets are kind of staples in the competition barbecue community, and I can see why. But I want before I buy the Snake River Farms one, I'm going to buy one of these and see how it turns out, and I'll figure it out. But like I said, like I told you guys last week, that brisket that I did with the Argentina steak, that by far has been the best brisket I've ever made in terms of taste, texture, and flavor that I got from that rub combination on that. My cooking technique I'm pretty happy with. I haven't tried the Myron mixing technique yet. Jeff's done it. Jeff was pretty happy with it, and uh, I might try it at some point. It's a faster technique, but on these pellet grills, I am really sold on going that ultra low and slow for 12 hours and then raising the temperature to finish it up. That's making some really amazing meat, and Jeff will back me up on that.
Oh, definitely. Your mama says that brisket's coming to her house,
Well, my mom likes
or at
brisket.
least part of it.
Well, my mom usually gets some of the brisket that I make, and but that last one, the unfortunate thing about that last one I made that I'm calling the best brisket I've made so far is every bit of that except for one piece of it that I ate after I cooked it went to my sister. I gave it to my sister and her husband as a birthday gift. My sister and her husband love my brisket, so that was a birthday gift, and I didn't. I'm not getting to reap the benefits of that one. Anthony, this guy's 2 pounds. It's right at 2 pounds. It's a mid-sized uh, tri-tip, uh, and this brisket's 20, or this tri-tip right here is $25 a pound. I bought that, and I bought some beef brats that I didn't bother and take a picture of because I think next week uh, I've got to get a cooking video done early because I'm leaving well before the Roosters get up on Thursday morning to go to Atlanta and meet Jeff, and then we're going down to Myron Mixon's place to visit those guys before the Atlanta Grill Company event. But anyway, I just wanted to show you guys that I now have a local source for some super high quality beef, and I'm looking forward to buying beef from these people fairly regularly. They've got a lot of ground beef, they've got a lot of sausage, uh, they've got steaks, they've got tri-tips, they've got briskets, they've got sirloin tips. Uh, but what I didn't see today, they had some boneless, what they said were boneless beef ribs. But I think once I establish a little bit of a relationship with these people, I might be able to ask them, if I want a rack of dino ribs, I might be able to get them to get that for me. I don't see why I couldn't because and I'm not in any kind of business relationship with these people at all. I'm buying the meat from these people, and I'm not intending to have them uh, in a business partnership of any kind. I want to support this business because there's nothing else like it anywhere near me, and I want to make sure that I want to help be a part of making sure this business is successful. And I worry about it because of the part of the state we live in. It's uh, this meat at these prices. I worry about being successful where we live because we can't support a fresh market or a Whole Foods or stuff like that. And we'll see how this pans out. I hope it's successful, but we'll see when it closes down because they can't sell beef retail at these prices. I'll let you know, and then I'll start being sad about it. So, Jeff, that looked pretty good.
Looked good to me. I was going to ask you, do they have any Terrace Major there? Or
Okay, they had uh, they had something that looked like a Terrace Major to me, but they weren't calling it a Terrace Major. It was it a petite? It wasn't. I think they did. I can't remember what they called it, but they didn't call it a Terrace Major. I have a Terrace Major in the freezer from Porter Road, but I didn't spend a lot of time in there today. It was a petite something or another, but I don't think it was the petite roast that they cut off of a beef tenderloin. It did look like a Terrace Major, so it might be. I'll find out next time I'm up there. Um, but the fact that they had tri-tip made me incredibly happy because I can't buy tri-tip. Tri-tip never or very rarely shows up in the meat cases in any of the markets around here. Yes, Janice, it is, and I am so stoked to have this because it's just a 20 or 25-minute drive for me to run up to this place. It's close, and Anthony restaurants already know about this company because, like I said, they've been in the wholesale business for quite some time. This retail shop they've opened is new. This this company's been around for quite a while selling wholesale. Locking system for older classics. I don't know what you mean by locking system. Jeff, do you understand that question?
Uh, did the classic one have a latch on it? I didn't think it
Oh,
did, John.
no, no.
I mean,
And
that's what I'm thinking he's alluding to.
and you don't need it for the older systems. That latch that locks the dome in place is only necessary on the systems that have the airlift hinges, the 2 and the 3, because that hinge wants to keep the lid open just a little bit to make it easy to lift. And you they don't have it for the older systems, and you wouldn't need it for those systems either. So and no, Ryan, they currently don't have mail order that I'm aware of. If they ever do, trust me, I will let you know. I will start pimping that company big time if they ever start shipping. Uh, but I sort of don't expect they're going to. This company's not even huge in social media. They do have a Facebook page that you can find at 4440 Ranch and Cattle. So if you go look for that, you'll find them. So this week, Monday, I guess it was Monday or Tuesday of this week, my big ribeye, my big whole ribeye that I bought, that $6.99 a pounder that I bought that was like 16 or 17 pounds from Publix, that's been in my steak locker dry aging. I hit the 45-day mark, which is what I was shooting for on this. So I took this guy out and broke it down. This is the backside of it, and these bones, the Publix, when they do these, they go ahead and they cut these bones loose, but they band them back on. Uh, and so, of course, I left those on for the dry aging process, and then I broke this guy down and I put it in my steak locker for 45 days, and this looks amazing. This I wanted to go 45 days because to me the last one we did at 60 days is too much. I don't like the funk from the 60-day dry aging. I typically like 30 to 35 days is where my sweet spot is. So with this one, I wanted to go a mid range and go 45 days. So I broke this guy down, and this looks crazy. And guys, if you look at this, look at the marbling inside this meat. This is a $6.99 a pound whole ribeye. I told them, I went down there, they didn't have a whole one out. And I asked them, I said, how big a one can you give me? And they said, well, how big do you want? I said, well, can I get the whole thing? And they hooked me up with that. But guys, look at the marbling there and look at this. You can see this is down here in the middle of this roast. We have a huge spinalis. So I got this guy broken down and I got 11 really thick. I got 11 steaks out of this that are at least an inch and a half thick, maybe slightly more. No, Anthony, we're not having a party here. We'll talk about that, but I'm going to. I haven't cooked one of these yet. I'll probably cook one Monday or Tuesday of this coming week and try it out. I've got them broken down. I've got them vacuum sealed, and they're back in my refrigerator. And I'm going to give a couple of these away. I've got one of the guys I work with is going to get a couple of these this weekend because he's doing me a real big favor on some other stuff, and I'm going to hook him and his wife up with a couple of really nice steaks. So I broke that guy down and put it away. Now this is the next thing I want to talk about. What you're looking at here is a chuck roast. The last time my wife and I were at Costco, I bought a couple of chucks that were, I think it was a 2-pack of chucks that weighed almost 8 pounds. It was around 7.5 pounds. So these are 3 3/4 pound or 4 pound chuck roasts. So I put one of those in the steak locker and let it go for just 24 days. And I put the other one in a vacuum seal bag and put it in the freezer. So yeah, Mama could use. Mom, you'll get one. You'll get one of those, and I'll even come down and cook it for you. I'll make sure my mom gets one of those. I want to see if mom likes it or not. This is in the 45-day dry age has a funk level that some people may not like. I don't know if mom will like it because I'll prepare it in a way that she'll love it, and I'll probably just go down there and eat one with her. We'll take one and split it. So, but anyway, 24-day dry age on this. So what I did was, oops, I'm out of order. What the heck is going on here? Let's see. Where am I? Okay, I've got some pictures out of order. I broke that dry age piece down into pieces and I chunked it. And I did not, dadgummit, man, my pictures are all out of whack here. I broke it into chunks because I want to run it through my grinder. And I left the pellicle on it. I did not shave the pellicle because I wanted that to become part of my ground beef. So, oh Lordy, man, I've got a mess here, Jeff. Hang on just a minute while I try to sort this out. I don't want my pictures to be all out of order. And
Hey,
they
that
all,
happens.
yeah, I had it ordered, and let's see here. Uh, I got to get everything back where it's supposed to be. We got Chuck, Chuck, Chuck.
Goose.
Yeah, here we go. Now I think I'm back where we need to be. So, all right. I cut the dry aged one into chunks that I could run through my meat grinder, and I have an I have a fairly nice meat grinder. Uh, Beth, it's or Janice, it's hard to describe the pellicle, but it's earthy is all I can describe that as. Jeff, could you describe the flavor that you get from a pellicle on dry aged beef? Better anything
Not,
better than an earth
it's,
umami?
yeah, it's just a earthy umami, more intense beef flavor. I mean,
Yeah,
it's not a flavor that really
but my
changes other than
grinder,
beef. I mean, it's a distinct beef flavor.
yeah, my meat grinder. I bought what I thought was a good quality meat grinder when I bought this. I bought the LEM Big Bite number 5, which is the smallest uh, meat grinder in the LEM Big Bite line. It's a very well made grinder, and these chunks of dry aged chuck gave my gave my grinder a little bit of problems. Next time I do this, I need to cut them a little smaller, maybe. But either that, or I might need to upgrade my grinder to the next level. But I tripped the circuit breaker on the grinder a couple of times. The fuse. I didn't
Did
blow.
you use the course blade on that, John, for the first go around, or
No, I didn't, and I don't know if that would have helped. It might help if I'd used the course when I
I would think
did
that it would run it through
so.
course and then run it through a second time?
Yeah, that might help, but this grinder is a fairly beefy grinder, and I've never run into any issues with it before until I tried this. But next time I'm going to cut it a little smaller, which might help as well. But uh, then this is the other piece of chuck that is not dry aged. So uh, Janice, I did not slightly freeze the beef on this one, but what I did was the metal parts of my grinder, I put them in the freezer for about an hour before I put that through. I knew that my dry aged beef was going to be a little bit tougher, so I didn't want to increase the toughness of that by putting it in the freezer. I've never had any issues with grinding chuck until this, but I do put the the metal parts in. But I cubed this guy up also, and I alternated running, the wet aged and the dry aged pieces through my grinder here into a hotel pan, and you can kind of see what it looks like. But I've got a really great dry aged ground beef there, and this this I made video today, and I also my Atlanta Grill Company videos. I'm going to start publishing those on Saturday now instead of Friday. But today I made video, and I wanted to do a burger since since like I told you guys at the beginning here, grilling season starts on Monday. I wanted to help you guys by doing a burger. I haven't done a burger video in quite a while, and one of my favorite burgers is mushroom and Swiss. So I wanted to do one, and I wanted to do a fairly simple mushroom and Swiss. So I decided today I was going to cook on my Aaron Franklin PK grill. I love this grill, and let me tell you guys, Janice Berger, who's in here with us tonight, Janice is making some amazing stuff on her PK grill. I'm still hopefully going to get Janice to come on one night with me, and we can talk about some of her cooking. But I used my chimney and fired up some charcoal and set up a 2-zone situation here on my PK grill. I've got a really nice, really hot side. I actually used way more charcoal than I needed for this cook here. And this cook basically is going to be lid open. So I made a couple of half-pound patties from that 50/50 dry aged ground beef that I made. And I pulled that apart and made it really loose, and I added in about a tablespoon and a half or so of the Atlanta Grill Company Argentina steak seasoning blend into this ground beef, made these patties, and then we took these patties to the grill. I put these guys on and put a sear on them, and I wish you could have smelled this because this actually smelled incredible cooking. And well, I see my pictures are still out of order. Okay. After I flipped them, what you've got here is this. When you're dealing with dry aged ground beef, you have to pay attention to it because it cooks quickly. It cooks a good bit faster than non-dry aged because of the moisture content's lower in it. So I cook these patties. Well, there's another picture of I vacuum sealed that. That's what the ground beef, the blend looked like vacuum sealed before it went in the freezer. And see, my pictures are all out of order. Anyway, I moved those patties off of the heat and put them over to the other side of the grill and put a couple slices of baby Swiss on those. And then I got my iron pan out and melted butter in my iron pan. And then I put mushrooms and some more of the Atlanta Grill Company Argentina steak seasoning in there with those mushrooms. And I sauteed those mushrooms until they reduced down a good bit and had some really nice color. And here's what that looked like when they were done. I took them off and set them aside. So these mushrooms, I tasted a couple of those at this point to make sure what I had was some off the hook flavor, and I did. So I closed the lid on the grill for a couple of minutes to let it get hot enough in there to melt that cheese over the top of these hamburger patties. So there we have that. It looks really good. And then I bought some ciabatta rolls, and guys, I didn't make these. I went to Walmart, and they're ciabatta rolls that I think the brand name on this stuff is Market Side. They're inexpensive and they are excellent. These ciabatta rolls that they have over there are off the hook. So I tossed those on for maybe 30 seconds over those hot coals so I could get some char on the crumb side of those rolls. And then I took them off. And over here you can see the little bit of char I got there. And then I drizzled on both sides of those rolls. I got the Atlanta Grill Company bacon aioli and drizzled that on there. I set I set one of my burger patties on there and topped that off with these sauteed mushrooms that are sauteed in that Argentina steak seasoning. And oops, here's what that looks like. And here's kind of a cross section. I cooked these two burgers to a little over medium. Typically, guys, I want my burgers well done. And the reason for that being is you never really know with ground beef. But since I ground this beef and I was confident with my sanitary procedure of doing so, I'm not so worried about contamination in that beef. And I cooked that beef to a medium or so. And it's uh, all I want to say about this ground beef is I think I am now spoiled on this blend of dry aged slash wet aged blend of ground beef, and I'm going to continue this. Tanya hasn't tried this yet. I haven't made it for Tanya, uh, but I'm going to maybe one night early in the next week. Tanya and I often like to do hamburger steaks, uh, so I'm going to cook some of this beef for Tanya, and I'm 100% confident Tanya's going to love that because the the flavor in this beef is incredible. It's really a next level ground beef flavor. Thoughts on that, Jeff?
That looked absolutely great, but now you have me confused because I saw you cook two burgers, and you're saying Tanya didn't have one. So does that mean you ate two burgers?
Well, let me tell you.
Well,
Let me fess up to something here. I did not eat two burgers. I'm going to fess up to something that I don't often like to admit. And the reason I cooked two burgers is because that worked better for video. uh,
I
yeah,
see.
it's not the cooking one making a video of cooking one hamburger is just not quite what I like to do. So I took that second burger off the bun. I did not I discarded that, and I hate to admit that I tossed that out, but I did. And I wrapped that. I vacuum sealed the burger with the cheese and the mushrooms into a vacuum seal bag and tossed it in the refrigerator. And it's going to go to work with me, and it's going to be dinner one night this weekend without a bun. Uh, I'll reheat
Dang,
that.
John, I didn't mean to bust you.
No, that's okay. That's okay. A lot of times, the quantities of something I cook or the amount of something I cook is purely for video presentation and not for what we're actually going to eat. And that's just the way it is, guys. I don't want to make a video of cooking one hamburger or one hot dog. And that's when I do hot dogs. When I do hot dogs, I cook the whole pack. Even though Tanya and I are probably only going to eat one, uh, those hot dogs, Tanya is perfectly happy reheating a hot dog and eating it later. Uh, and I'm the same way on stuff like that. It doesn't get wasted, but I cook them all. And
Hot
a lot
dogs
of
for the win.
Yeah, a lot of times when I cook, it's not what I'm the amount I'm cooking is because I think it's an appropriate amount to make video and make photos for social media. That's part of what I do, guys. I'm not always just cooking to feed myself or feed me and Tanya or feed the family. I'm cooking for video presentation. So yeah, Janice understands, and I know, guys, if you're not following Janice, you need to be. Janice posts a lot of great cooks. Janice
Yes,
is
it does.
posting more right now. Janice is posting more content in the PK Grills group than she is in the Kamado group, and I'm following her. I'm watching everything she puts out there because it's crazy. And uh, I'm gonna meet Janice for the first time next week at Atlanta Grill Company. I'm hoping I can become friends enough with her. I can get her to come on here with me and Jeff and talk about some of the stuff she does. She's a fantastic cook. She's better than I am. I'm ready to admit that. There's a lot of people here that are better than I am, and I'm like, I don't know if Stephen Hickey's out there or not. I hadn't seen Stephen
I haven't
post.
seen Steven tonight.
Yeah.
Steven makes some fantastic
Oh,
dishes.
yeah, it's not.
All at the spur of the moment.
I try not to throw food away, and I'm pretty good about not throwing food away. But every now and then, something has to get lost for the production value, and I hate to admit
For
that
the
that's
greater good, John. For the greater
well.
good.
It's the problem is it's the greater good for me, and it's not the greater good for everybody else. That's why I feel guilty about admitting what I just admitted. So that's how it
Uh,
is.
Janice, don't underestimate yourself, dear. You're very good.
Janice,
Turn out
Janice
some
makes
fantastic
amazing
looking
food.
dishes.
Yep. So that's where I am on. That's what I cooked this week. I didn't do a whole lot this week, guys. We had a really ugly weather week here in North Carolina. I think between Monday and today, we've had a good amount of rain every day except for Wednesday. Uh, Wednesday, it dried off long enough that I was able to cut the grass. But uh, I've had about 4 inches of rain here this week, which is what I normally get over the course of an entire month. Uh, we've had a lot of rain, and today it didn't rain. It's raining right now. I hear it. I knew we were going to get a storm coming through, but it's been fairly nice today. It's been threatening storms all day, but they've bypassed us up until right now. I hear it. I hear it
Send
coming
it
down.
my way.
Yeah.
I am dry.
So here's the deal. Next week, I'm not here. We're not having a live stream next Friday. Uh, Next Friday night, I'm going to be in Roswell at Atlanta, in the neighborhood of Atlanta Grill Company, and about probably at dinner time, Jeff and I are getting together with quite a few people that are coming in from out of town. We're going to have dinner at a place called Hugo's Oyster Bar in Roswell. I made reservations for 10 of us uh, at that restaurant for Friday night. So here's what to do Friday. If you're not able to come to Atlanta Grill Company on Saturday, follow my Instagram account. There's a link in the upper left hand corner. I'm at Kamado_Johnny on Instagram and Twitter. And you can follow my Facebook story, my personal page, Facebook story. If I'm not friends with you on Facebook and you want to be, send me a friend's request and I'll become friends with you. And I'm gonna post video clips throughout the day on Saturday next week to my Instagram story and my Facebook story, and you'll be able to live vicariously uh, through my Instagram feed and my Facebook story on stuff that's going on at Atlanta Grill Company on Saturday. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really excited about it. I've been looking forward to this event for over 2 years now because uh, COVID's had us shut down, guys, and we're seeing light at the end of the tunnel now as far as COVID being concerned, and I'm really looking forward. Jeff, it's been a long time since we've been face to face down there. Well, you and I have been face to
Yeah.
face at Atlanta Grill Company quite a few times during the pandemic, but nobody else. I haven't seen Stephen Hickey. I haven't
No.
seen Luca. Unfortunately, he's not going to be able to make it. Luca's going to be out of town, but Janice is
seen Luke.
coming. Beth is coming. We're going to see Matt Jones. For those of you that know Matt, we're going to see. I don't know how many people we've got a good crowd coming. So
Tom's
Tom
gonna be
Cleveland,
there.
Tom will be there. Tom's definitely going to be there. Yep, Janice, catch me on Instagram. Kamado_Johnny. I'm out there. So this bonded Jack Daniels is so good. I'm going to have a little extra finger of that tonight.
Well, you're pouring that. I'm going to talk about my little group that I've started. Not a group, it's a new page I've started.
Oh, dadgummit, Jeff. I forgot about that. I'm glad you reminded me. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm going to bring it up.
Yeah, bring it up. I started a new page called Pops, Pits, Pies, and Plenty More. Yeah, I've talked with everybody else and gave everybody all these ideas of what to call themselves, and I ran out of things to call myself. So Pops, Pits, Pies, and plenty more. That covers all the baking and everything else that John and I do. And I just started getting it off the ground last week. So,
Here we
if you want
go.
to, feel free to follow
Yeah,
me, like the page.
guys, give Jeff a follow. He's got his own page out here on Facebook now. He's got his own little brand with his Pops, Pits, Pies, and plenty more. Jeff's going to be posting his cooking stuff here. And I told Jeff that we were going to bring this up tonight, and it totally slipped my mind. But yeah, and I will. I'm also going to post a link on the Man Cave Meals Facebook presence about Jeff's page. I, keep up. Go give Jeff a follow. He's Jeff's doing. Jeff actually. This is something else I hate to admit, Jeff.
What's up?
Jeff actually spends more time cooking outdoors than I do, and that's a lot. That's a lot, guys. I'm telling you. And Jeff's got a lot of great. Jeff, just give us a rundown right quick of what you're cooking on outside. What your tools are. What do you have on your deck?
I got the Kamado Joe Classic 3. I got we'll go in the order as they appear on the deck because I got two decks full. I've got the Classic 3. I've got the Myron Mixon Bark 24. I've got the Kamado Big Joe. I've got the Kamado Pellet, the Kamado Kettle Joe. Then out on the other deck, I've got the Alpha 1. I've got the Kamado Pellet. I've got the Masterbuilt 800. And then I've got the Cold Smoker.
Yeah,
So,
guys, Jeff's got as much hardware as I do. It's he's got a lot. And Ryan just posted here. Ryan posted a best of luck to you. Ryan, are you going to make Atlanta Grill Company next week? I can't remember if I asked you if you were going to make it. You're going to be able to make it. Good deal. Are you coming up for? Are you going to be there overnight? Or are you just going to be there for just Saturday? When are you coming? Uh, I'd like to hook up with you.
Ryan, that's another guy that makes some real nice food, real nice meals.
Yep. So awesome. Well, I'm
Let's
looking
face it, there's
forward to
not
seeing
many
it.
of us on here who don't make some really nice stuff. And we can all learn from everybody. I mean, I see things
Right.
out there that I go, I never thought about that.
But we're going to be, we're all going to be. Me and Jeff are going to go down there to be Chef Eric's sidekick. So we're going to hook Atlanta Grill Company on Friday with Chef Eric and help him with any prep. We're going to spend the day Friday at Atlanta Grill Company prepping with Chef Eric. I don't know what all he's got. I don't know what his plans are. I haven't talked to him yet. I may try to connect with Eric uh, tomorrow or Monday even and find out some details about what his plans are. I haven't talked to him. I think Chef Eric may be at home, right? He may be in North Carolina right now. That guy's hard to keep a finger on. It's hard to know where he is.
Yep,
So
he's everywhere. He's everywhere.
yeah, so he's one of the busiest people I've met in my entire life, and I'm really looking for. I sent Bobby Brennan a text message today. I'm trying to find out if Bobby is going to be able to. Yes,
I,
yes. I asked Bobby. I said, "Are you going to be able to swing by the AGC event on June 4th?" And I got a response. It says, "Going to swing by and catch up with everyone. Looking forward to it." So, guys,
Good
Bobby
deal.
Brennan. Bobby's going to make an appearance. If you haven't met Bobby, you really need to meet Bobby. So Bobby's coming by. That's great. I'm really happy to hear that. I don't get to
Bobby's a
see
class
Bobby that
act.
often anymore. He is. Bobby's the former owner and founder of Kamado Joe. If you're not aware of that, I'm really excited that I'm going to get to see Bobby because I don't get to see Bobby that often anymore. I'm I'm really glad he's going to make it. That's that's great. I'm stoked about that. Jeff's met Bobby, and I know some of you guys have met Bobby as well. Hmm. So yeah,
Yeah, I
he's
made
coming.
Bobby's kids banks. Some of my banks I made him.
Well, I saw Bobby's wife made a post on Facebook earlier about their kids are out of school, and they were talking about going to the beach. And when I saw that, I said, "Oh, I need to send Bobby a message." And I I don't know. I didn't know. I thought maybe Bobby's going to be at the beach with his family during the AGC event, but he said he's going to make it. So I'm really excited about that. Bobby's one of my favorite people ever, guys. If I don't know how to describe Bobby if you haven't met him, but Bobby's a
He's
real
just
guy. Yeah,
he's just good people. He's down to earth.
he
I
is. And
mean,
Bobby's
he's
one of these
funny.
people that would do anything for anybody at any
Yeah,
cost, And I miss Bobby being at the helm of Kamado Joe. I
definitely.
really do. But it is what it is, and I'm all I can say at this point is I am blessed to have known Bobby Brennan, and I'm
Yeah.
hoping you guys come by. Bobby, he won't be there for the entire event, and he'll probably last time the last and actually that guy's well, no, I've seen Bobby once since the last Atlanta Grill Company event. We had the last time I was at Atlanta Grill Company that Chef Eric was down there. Jeff, you were there, weren't
Yeah.
you? Bobby, we told Bobby we were having a little get together there, and Bobby showed up. So I got to see him once since then, and I'm like I said, guys, I'm just really blessed to have ever had any interaction with Bobby Brennan. Bobby
And
Brennan helped me uh, in terms of social media. You guys wouldn't know who I am if it wasn't for Bobby. You would not know who I am. My
and
association with
Megan's going to be there.
who, yeah, Megan's coming. Megan Moose. For those of you that know Megan's been with Kamado Joe since early on, and um, yeah, Megan will be there. I'm looking forward to seeing Megan. I have not seen Megan since the last Kamado Joe event,
Yeah.
and Megan will be there, and her daughter will probably be there with her. They're a pair. They're a team.
Yeah.
So
I saw Megan about a year ago at the when they moved to the new office.
yeah,
I took her and her daughter some crack boxes I'd made.
nice. So yeah, and the unfortunate thing is through the recent changes in history of Kamado Joe changing hands, there's only a couple of people that I've met firsthand that are still with Kamado Joe, and Megan is one of those. Megan's been there for the long haul. Uh, there's a guy named John that works in the warehouse that I think may be the head of the warehouse. I think he's still with them, and he's a really great guy. And I've seen him at the last couple AGC
Yeah.
events. But I'm not sure about John. I'm not sure if he's still there. I'll have to ask.
So
We'll
I don't know if
see.
he is since they moved the warehouse over to Columbus. I don't know if he made the
Yeah,
move.
I don't know either. It's hard to say, but I don't know. I don't have direct contact with hardly anybody inside the company anymore except for Megan. I keep in touch with Megan. I love Megan. She's great.
She's a
Megan,
sweetheart.
yeah, Megan would do anything for anybody. And Megan, when I first when I first became associated with Kamado Joe, Megan was the first person I talked to. Uh, the when I first asked, okay, Daniel says John's still there. That's great. I'm
Yeah.
hoping maybe I'll see John. Uh, maybe I'll see John on Saturday because John's usually involved in moving demo grills in and out of this event. So that'll be great. John's fantastic. I love John too, and he's
Yeah,
a
he's a good guy.
yeah. So we'll get together. Hopefully, I'll see them. But uh, when I first got involved with Kamado Joe, this is a story I've told before, and if you've heard it 10,000 times, I apologize. But I sent I sent Kamado Joe a message through their website way back in the dark ages because I wanted to see, if they'd be willing to give me a grill in exchange for using that grill on my Man Cave Meals channel and talking about it and promoting it and whatnot. And I just sent this message through the website, and I had gone out of town for the weekend with my wife. We were going to an event, and I got this really garbled voicemail while I was gone. I said, "Well, I'll leave that until I get home." And when I got home, it was a shipping company trying to contact me to discover a delivery or to schedule a delivery, and it was from Kamado Joe. Bobby Brennan had gotten my message, and he shipped me a grill without even talking to me. He didn't even talk to me. So I called Kamado Joe and I got a hold of Megan. Megan was answering the phone at this point. They didn't have that many employees, and Megan answered the phone. I told her who I am and what was going on, and she says, "Oh, you need to talk to Bobby." So she put me on the phone with Bobby, and I said, "Yeah." I said, "I've got this grill. You're sending me this grill." I said, "I just wanted to find out, if there's anything you want to do." Jeff, get Kevin in the camera. Get Kevin. This dog, guys, is something else. Jeff's
He's my
dog,
buddy.
yeah. But Bobby, he said, yeah. He said, I spent all weekend watching your videos on Man Cave Meals, and he said, you're perfect. He said, you're an everyday backyard guy, cooking on the grills, teaching people how to use their grills. He says, I wanted to send you one of my grills to try out. And I said, well, is there anything you want me to do specifically? He said, no. He said, just cook on it. Let me know what you think about it. Do whatever you want to do. And and a couple of days later, a truck rolled up outside with a Kamado Joe Classic on it. My first classic, one series, which is I still have. It's at my mom's house. It's the grill that lives at my mom's house now, but I still have the what I call the Alpha Kamado Joe, and it was great. I cooked on it. I did a walkthrough review, and I was coming off a Char Griller Acorn, guys. It was a big upgrade for me to get a ceramic Kamado at this point, and I cooked on it, cooked on it, cooked on it. I guess about 3 or 4 months after that, my phone rang and it was Bobby, and Bobby said, he says, "Do you have room on your patio for another grill?" And I said, "Well, I probably could make room." He says, "I'd like to send you one of my Big Joes." He said, uh, "I said we've gotten a pretty good customer response from the stuff you're doing. I'd like to send you a Big Joe." And that's how my relationship with Kamado Joe started. But in terms, like I said, Megan was the first person I talked to actually when I called that. So yeah, Ryan, it really it's one of these situations where I was maybe in the right place at the right time. Bobby may have been looking for opportunities to use social media as advertising, and social media is a great advertising tool. And through this process, I've become what I'm almost willing to deem this a bad word now, an influencer. I don't like that term influencer, even though that I am an influencer in a lot of ways. But what I my goal when I started this was not to become an influencer. I wanted to be a teacher, and I think I'm pretty good at teaching. And when you watch my video content, I personally don't believe that my video content looks like an advertisement. I don't look like an infomercial when I'm making videos. I'm using this product. I'm using products from Kamado Joe, from Atlanta Grill Company, some of the various products they sell. I'm using that content in my video, but the video content that I make is not about the products I'm using. It's about the food that I'm putting on the table. Beth, you'll get to meet him. You'll be there all day, so you'll get to meet Bobby. I'll make sure of that. You'll Bobby, look for you can't miss him. Bobby's a foot taller than I. Well, he's maybe not a foot taller than I am. He's
Yeah,
the
he is.
biggest. He's the biggest Irishman I've ever met.
He's a big boy.
Yeah, he is. He's uh yeah, but I miss my interactions with Bobby. I really do, and I hate that it's not there anymore. But I'm also incredibly happy that things have gone well for Bobby. Yes, things have gone incredibly well for Bobby Brennan, and he had a partner, which you guys probably don't know much about, Carrie Coker. Bobby was not a one man show. He had a partner in this business named Kerry Coker. Kerry was the financial side of Bobby's bit of Kamado Joe originally. And I haven't talked to Kerry in a long time. And in fact, now that I've thought about it, I'm going to send Kerry a message. And maybe, I don't know if Kerry still lives in the area or not. I don't know if Kerry's moved out, but I'd like to invite Kerry to come up to Kamado Joe as well, or come up to Atlanta Grill Company. Uh, but Kerry was just as much a player in that business as Bobby was, but he was a kind of a behind the scenes guy. He's not one that you saw on the forefront so much, but he's incredible. He's a good guy as well. Kerry was like the CFO of Kamado Joe while Bobby was the CEO. And Jeff, did you meet Kerry back in the day?
No, I never met Kerry because, like I say, Kerry was always the behind the scene guy. When I went
Yeah,
to the company a couple times, he wasn't in his office, so yeah.
right. So, but Kerry, when Masterbuilt bought Kamado Joe originally, Kerry retired. I think Kerry did a lot of fishing. Kerry was a big time fisherman. He liked fishing down in the Gulf of Mexico, and I saw a lot of pictures of stuff Kerry was doing after the fact. But I don't know where Kerry is right now. But I'm going to send him a message now that I've thought about it and see if I can talk him into showing up, at least if he still lives in that area. I don't know where Kerry is. I feel guilty now that I haven't kept up with Kerry. So, but yeah. Anybody got any questions? If you got some questions, we're done for the typical live stream. So if you got to uh, go ahead and roll out. But if you've got some questions that Jeff and I can entertain for you about cooking or about Atlanta Grill Company or about what's going to go on next week, we'll be happy to take those. So, uh, but yeah, come on out. You'll get the. I'm glad that Bobby said he's coming. I'm happy about that. Like I said, I don't get to see Bobby often enough, and we'll go from there. What are you cooking this coming week, Jeff?
Nothing because I'm going to be leaving on Wednesday to go up there, so
Yeah,
it's
and
it'll
Jeff,
probably just be
my cur-
brats or something.
my current goal for hooking up with you on Thursday is I'm gonna try to be there prior to 9 a.m., which
That's
shouldn't be
good.
a problem. And I may even be able to get there earlier. If I can roll out of here at 3:30 in the morning on uh, Thursday, I'll be there by uh, 7:30 or 8 a.m. If I don't,
I might be out of bed.
yeah, we'll see. Anthony, I don't. You talking about at Kamado Joe or at Atlanta Grill Company? I don't know what Chef Eric's got on the menu, but knowing Chef Eric, it's going to be some of that beautiful Arctic salmon. There will be some Cheshire pork. I'm expecting to see some Cheshire pork loin. I don't know what else he might got. He might get. He's been cooking a lot of E3 meat. Chris, I think the schedule's going to be from 10 to 3. Jeff, does that sound like
10 to 3 or 10 to 4, something like that.
10 to 3, 10 to 4? And yes, Chris, Jeff and I'll be there all day. We'll be there from the beginning to the end of the event.
Yep.
We won't be. I'll be there earlier. I'll be there prior to the start of the event, and I'll be there afterwards as well for some point. Um,
Yeah, we'll probably be there about 8 in the morning to get the grill set up and fire up any last minute stuff.
Brian says, "What are some things everybody should get at AGC next weekend?" I'm not going to tell you what to buy. You when you get there, all I can tell you is bring some money. Because
Or a hefty credit card,
if,
either
if you've
one.
not, if you Brian, have you been in Atlanta Grill Company before? If you haven't, uh,
You're in for a treat.
Custom AGC, they'll have some Atlanta Grill Company Yeti mugs. They always have that, as far as I know. They've had them every time I've been there, and I've got a couple of them myself here that they're Yeti mugs that have the Atlanta Grill Company logo. Scott Schoon Cutlery. They've got Scott guys, Scott will be there. I'm looking forward to seeing Scott again. I don't know if I've run into Scott, but maybe once since the pandemic started. Scott represents a lot of the lines of stuff they sell at Atlanta Grill Company, like Shun, for instance. He's talking about the Shun cutlery, uh, the Jura coffee maker. Tanya, let's get Tanya back in here. Tanya,
Hey,
Scott is Tanya's favorite person ever.
I love Scott.
I wonder why.
Tanya loves our Jura, and Scott represents that line. The Jura coffee makers, guys. Tanya, I've got to get a video made on Jura. You got to make me
No.
get this done. We've got to make it happen.
And Scott knows
Anthony,
what
you
the
were there
correct
for an
shade of
hour.
blue is.
Hey, Jeff, something is wrong with Anthony. Anthony's got a problem. He was there for an hour and only spent $250.
Jeez, I spent that in 15 minutes.
He's a lightweight.
I
Right.
think, what did I tell you, John? My last two trips to AGC,
Yeah.
last one was 500, and the one before that was over $6.
Let me tell you something, guys. Jeff's wife has fallen in love. What's the color? What's the Le Creuset color your wife likes?
Artichoke.
Artichoke.
Yeah,
It's
it's
this
not choke,
green.
it's choc. It's a green
Artie
color.
what? Artie what?
Artichoke.
Artichoke.
Yeah, that's what they call it. It's not
Okay. Well,
artichoke.
guys, Atlanta Grill Company carries the entire line of Le Creuset cast iron. It's enameled cast iron, and they've got every piece in about every color that's available. And Jeff's wife's fallen in love with these, and Jeff has invested $37,000 worth of Le Creuset in the
Not
last.
quite 37,000. Close to 3,000.
Jeff's wife is Jeff's house. The Le Creuset is on one side of the house. Jeff has had to beef up the
The foundation.
the foundation of his house because of the weight of the cast iron that his wife's bought at Atlanta Grill Company. It's crazy.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, and now she's buying it for my daughter.
Oh, so okay, now we're gonna have double duty. So Jeff's daughter's getting Le Creuset also.
She's buying the oyster for her. You got
Oh
gray
man.
oyster color?
I
Yeah.
still like the licorice. The licorice is my color. It's flat black. I can throw it on the grill, and I don't have to put a whole lot of elbow grease in it.
I tell you what, John. Seriously, I've put that big Dutch oven on the bark many times now.
Yeah.
It cleans up so easy. I mean,
Well,
it's
man, I love the Le Creuset. The Le Creuset is out of all the cast iron I've got, guys. I've got Le Creuset. I've got Lodge. I've got Staub. Tanya, do I have any other brands of cast iron besides those three? Finex. I've got Finex.
Finance. You
Uh,
got Smithy.
Smithy.
yeah. You got a
Atlanta,
Smithy too, John.
And
Atlanta Grill
Charlotte.
Company sells Smithy and Finex cast iron as well.
What
But
was the one from Charlotte? That's
what was
shining.
what?
You know, there's one from Charlotte. It's
I don't know
shining
what you're
cast
talking
iron.
about. The stuff I buy in Charlotte is Lodge. At
No,
the
it's not Lodge. It's made by veterans and it's cast iron. And as I recall, they were in Charlotte. Maybe I'm not thinking the right city, but
You're thinking about Smithy.
is
Or
it
no, no,
Smith?
no, 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 no. You're thinking about
You know who I'm thinking about?
that one that shiny's nickel plated. What's the brand name on that? It's escaping me at the moment. They don't sell that at Atlanta Grill Company though.
No, but it was some cool stuff.
Yeah. Smithy's heavy. Yeah, it is, Janice, and but it's really high. It's what I call heirloom quality cast iron, and they've got a good bit of this. They've got the entire Smithy line at Atlanta Grill Company. Atlanta Grill Company. The next Smithy piece I want is some of the carbon steel
Yeah.
stuff that's not cast iron. I want to get a couple of pieces of that. Uh, I don't have any of that yet. Smithy's incredible. Smithy's made in Charleston, down around Charleston,
Yeah.
South Carolina. Uh, but the Finex, you guys know I love Finex. These octagon shaped pans, that stuff, I love it. I use it on the grill, like you saw in my burger. I was sautéing those mushrooms in a cast in one of the Finex pans today over direct heat. I put those in my Alpha oven. They're It's what I call heirloom quality pans. They're pans that you're going to pass down. They're going to live longer than you do. And even Lodge, Atlanta Grill Company has the entire line of Lodge stuff as well. So, uh,
Janice, you're not that old.
yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know how old Janice is. Grizzly, it's
That's the one.
Grizzly. Brian, yes, it's Grizzly.
Thank you.
I bought a Grizzly pan, and I love that pan. It's nickel plated cast iron, so you can throw it in the dishwasher. And I don't pimp it so much because Atlanta Grill Company doesn't sell that brand. It's only sold direct. I don't know if Grizzly is sold through any outlets or not, but I think it is down around Charlotte, Tanya. Now that you mentioned that,
Well, I
and
thought
it's
it was, and it was
it's a
veteran
veteran
owned.
based
Yeah.
business, and but it's there's a video on I think it's on the Kamado Joe channel, on the Kamado Joe YouTube channel. I made a strawberry pie in that grizzly pan. So if you want to look that up, it's a nickel plated cast iron pan that it's got all the great properties of cast iron, but it's nickel plated, so it won't rust. You can throw it in the dishwasher. You can be as harsh on it as you want to be. It's heavy. It is also the heaviest pan in that size I've got. That pan weighs like 7.5 pounds. It's beefy, and so yeah. Anthony put the link up there. It's grizzlycookware.com. Uh, let's see. There it is. Grizzly Cookware. That I've got that. I only have that one pan, and I don't have it handy right here. I'd pull it off and show it to you. It's on a shelf back here. I don't use it as often anymore. I need to go back and look and see if they've added any pans to their line. They only had two pans available when I bought that. So yeah. What else are we? Tanya, what the heck is going on over there?
The same thing that
Look,
always happens.
let me tell you guys. Tanya's got
Somebody
this one.
snuggled in.
There's this one cat that lives in this house that is rotten. That cat stinks. She's so rotten. Look at it.
This
Look at
cat
her.
is
That's
crazy.
Lily. That's Lily. That's one of the girl cats. And
This is my
that
sunshine cat.
Tanya is her human.
She is my soul
You
kitty.
look that cat. That the only time that cat will have anything to do with me is if Tanya's not home. Yep. Tom Myron Mixon's going to be there for sure. That's
Yeah.
been that's been confirmed. So that's worth coming is meeting Myron Mixon. Guys, if you think I'm arrogant, you need to meet Myron.
No, 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 John. When you meet Myron, he is like polar opposite of what you see on Barbecue Wars and whatnot.
Oh, I don't know about that. I love Myron.
He is just the most down to earth person you ever want to meet.
He's a lot of fun. He sure is, but he's a he's a I've learned a lot. I've got in fact, that
He's
reminds
a
me
hoot.
I want to make sure I take a couple of my cookbooks down there and get Myron to autograph them for me. I got to remember to do that.
Bye, Janice. Lily says
Janice,
bye
thanks
to
for
you.
coming in. And Janice, I'm really looking forward to meeting you next week. Thanks for hanging out with us. So, yeah. What did Cindy say? She's sneaking
She
up.
says she's got both beat. She's creeping up on 65. Darling, I'm already past 65, so come on.
Mhm. Yeah, Janice, looking forward to it. I'll meet you. I'll meet you. I guess for the first time for dinner Friday night. If you get there early, if you get there prior to dinner, Janice is driving in. I think she and her husband are driving in from Texas. It's gonna be a long haul. If you get there early, swing on by Atlanta Grill Company because I'm thinking Jeff and I are probably going to be at Atlanta Grill Company for a good part of the day on Friday, and we'll probably go straight from there to dinner. I'm guessing. I don't know what's
Probably.
I don't know. I don't have, like I said, I haven't talked to Chef Eric yet, so I don't know what. what he's planning or what kind of prep we're going to have going. So, but I did promise Chef Eric that I would make myself at least available for him for prep help all day on Friday.
Jeff, you're looking good for 55. Anthony, put
Skip
10 years
down
on it.
2 comments.
Put 10 years on it,
He meant
dude.
65. That's what he
Heck,
said.
I'm almost 50. I'm not quite 55. I'm knocking on 55's door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Look,
I'm knocking on 66 door.
look at that guy.
John, you need to shave that stuff back off, son. You need
I
to
gotta,
shave that stuff back off. It's
I'm,
not coming in thick. Just shave
I'm
it
gonna
off.
have, I'm gonna have dreadlocks here before long. Tanya and I've
Oh
been
yeah.
talking about, yeah, we're gonna
Let's
have
get some
dread.
hair extensions, John.
Hey, Tanya said I look like a badass. She says I look like Billy Idol with my
That's
hair
what I
sticking
thought.
straight up. How about that?
Well, I'll
Yeah.
tell you what, John. If you grow this longer, we can curl it up over top.
Well, make me one of those pointed.
You got it. You can look like the Grinch, with diet green and just.
Well, guys, I tell you, I don't. I'm probably gonna be wearing a hat. I'll probably have one of my hats on. Uh, the weather forecast. I had a look at the weather forecast, and currently the weather forecast looks really amazing for
Yep.
next weekend. It's subject to change, and I'm gonna. Yeah. I'm gonna have a hat available. I'm probably gonna be wearing a hat, and I'm probably gonna be wearing my prescription sunglasses. So I'm gonna be kind of incognito. You might not recognize me. I'm gonna be laying low.
You like those Oakley sunglasses, huh, John?
Oh man, guys, I
Told
bought
you you'd like them.
I know I bought prescription Oakley sunglasses, and they make my eyes so happy when I'm driving and when I'm running or hiking or whatever. That's those things were. I'm gonna tell you, they were stupid expensive, but I'm so glad I bought them.
They're stupid good though. I
Oh
mean, they are so
man,
good on your eyes, and the polar eyes. I mean,
yeah, I
the
bought polarized lenses. Yeah,
the Oakley quality on their lenses is just superior.
Anthony, and I'm glad you mentioned that. I need to remember to take my apron. I'm going to take
Yep.
one of my leather aprons down there for that event. One of my I've got two of them hanging on a chair right here. So I'll have one of those for sure.
And I'll bring your chainmail on a handle.
Yeah, Ryan, I will not be wearing that T-shirt. That T-shirt swallows me whole right now. I've lost a whole lot of weight since I had that T-shirt made. I had this T-shirt at the last Atlanta Grill Company, guys. The last event that said Chef Eric's sous chef and saucier, and I had it spelled like it sounds rather than the French spelling of sous chef and saucier. No, I haven't made a custom shirt for this event, but uh, Tanya and we've been talking about that. I'm going to get some custom work shirts made with my Man Cave Mills logo on them. There's a there's a company right here in town that'll do that embroidery for me, and I've already been back to my logo creator about getting a logo modification made where I can do that. He sent those to me at no charge. I'm gonna get some custom work shirts, but I won't have those ready for this event. I didn't get it done in time. Cindy, Tanya, answer Cindy's question for us,
Probably not.
guys.
You will be missed.
Cindy, let me help with this answer. First of all, I invited Tanya to come. I I never go anywhere that I don't invite Tanya to come because I always want Tanya to feel welcome to go anywhere I go. But let me tell you, Tanya would not be comfortable at Atlanta Grill Company for 3 days. It would bore her to death. She would end up sitting in the hotel room by herself in the air conditioning, which I can appreciate because it's probably going to be nice and warm down there this week. But Tanya's not going. Tanya has decided not to attend this event.
Which,
Uh,
it's not because I don't want to meet you guys, because I do want to meet all of you. I just like wish I could meet all of you. Not
And
the heat.
Beth, if Beth is still with us here.
Yeah, she's
Beth
got a
says,
way to
Tanya, please
go.
come. Tanya and I are still planning a trip north, hopefully this summer, and we're gonna catch you on that trip. Hopefully, I've got to go. We're gonna hopefully road trip up into Vermont sometime this summer. I've got a friend that I'm going to visit in the Boston area, and on our way back down, we're going to come back down through Ohio, and hopefully hook up with you guys
Well,
on that leg of that trip.
I hope so. And I will tell you guys, yeah, I could man the Jura. I could do
Yep.
that. That's
Yep.
for sure. And that would be inside. But like when we went to Greensboro, while John and Eric were doing their thing, I snuck out to the garden center and made sure there was a car full of plants to haul home. And then I found a seat in the shade where the
Yep.
fans were blowing from two different directions. And I had my Kindle with me, and I sat there and read until Christy
Yep.
Powell showed up. And when Christy
Guys,
showed up, then
last
you know,
Saturday, this past Saturday, Chef Eric was doing a Kamado Joe block party at a Kamado Joe dealer in Greensboro, North Carolina, and Tanya and I went down for that for a couple hours, and it's the first time I've got to hang out with Chef Eric in quite a while, also, and it's the first time Chef's done an event close enough to me for me to go do that. And Tanya did go with me to that event. So, and that's actually I stopped, and that's where I got this. There was an ABC
yeah.
store in Greensboro that somebody told me at the event they had this, so I stopped by to get it. And so yeah, but Saturday night, you guys that are coming in from out of town, we're going to hang out at the hotel Saturday night. We're going to do some bourbon tasting, and I'm bringing several bottles of bourbon that I'm willing to share. Let you guys taste in with us. Jeff's bringing some stuff, so looking forward to it.
And
Uh,
even though I'm off this summer, I've like got a massively large workload
yeah,
to do. My college got selected to work with Carnegie Mellon on a project. So I've been really tied up with that. And then I've been tied up with a big initiative within the Cisco Networking Academy. So I will probably be here texting John, looking for pictures of you all, and
yeah.
probably doing something with Python.
Tanya will be following my Facebook story as we go because I'm going to be posting video streams, video content constantly from this event, so people who aren't able to attend can see kind of what's going on. So, and yeah, Tanya, now that uh, who was it that mentioned it? Tom says that you can man the Jura.
I could do
Maybe we
that.
need to hook you up with Scott Love, and the next time Atlanta Grill Company has an event, maybe you and Scott can get together, and Scott can have you doing Jura demos,
Oh
and get
yeah,
you down there and let
I could do that.
Tanya knows how to run the Jura, guys. She can make coffee drinks with the Jura like you can't imagine.
Yeah, I've
So
been enjoying them quite quite a bit.
Brewster, uh, all I'm gonna tell you on the must have AGC rubs is I don't know this for a fact, and I don't know if Jeff has heard either, but I am expecting, and I can't promise it, but next Friday and Saturday, or maybe just next Saturday, Atlanta Grill Company will have their entire set. I would hope that it's going to be on sale.
I would think.
They normally do. I haven't been told that they're going to, so I can't. You can't hold me to this. But watch for that whole set of 12. It'll be the Atlanta Grill Company 12, which will not include, unfortunately, the Man Cave Meals 3. Uh, they typically run a sale at these events for $69.99 for the entire set, and I would recommend, if at all possible, buy that whole set because there are so many in that set that are incredible that I
Yep.
would really feel guilty if I didn't recommend you try every one of them.
That, and I think the sauces will be on sale as well.
Yeah, if you can't do the whole set, let me say get the Georgia butts and ribs,
Yep,
the
Himalayan
Himalayan
Sherpa.
Sherpa,
yep.
and Jeff, do we want to say the River Street Seaboard
Oh,
or
absolutely, because we got to have that in there for any seafood.
the River Street Seaboard or the Argentina steak? But I want to say then you got to get the big chicken. Uh, Man, it's hard. It's really hard to say which one of theirs is a must-have. If you could only have one of those, Jeff, if you could only have one Atlanta Grill Company rub, which one would it be?
I'm going to say probably the River Street because in other manufacturers' rubs, I can get things that are pretty close, to the others, but the River Street is out there by itself.
Okay,
But
I'm gonna argue.
in all realism, to buy one or two or three bottles, you're just as better off buying the whole set.
I'm
the
going to
cost
argue
difference?
with you. If I could only have one at this point, I think my one's going to be the Argentina steak. And that being, I can put Argentina steak. I know now from experience that I can put Argentina steak on beef, which means I can put it on brisket, I can put it on chuck, I can put it on beef ribs, I can put it on vegetables. I can also put that on chicken. I can also put that on fish. I can put it on. What I can't put that one on is pork. I would not feel good about putting Argentina steak on pork. And well, pork loin. I could put that on pork loin, pork tenderloin, but not on pork shoulder, pork butt.
Yeah, I was just going to say, John, I just did that, the Argentine steak on the pork tenderloins, and they came out great.
Yeah, the
So
Argentina steak would be
that's a
high.
good all around.
It'd be high on my list if you could only buy one, but you, you really need to open it up to two. You need to consider pork butts and then everything else. Pork butts need to have something that's sweet on it, and the Argentina steak doesn't go so well there. But there are two incredible Atlanta Grill Company rubs for pork butts, and one of them is the Georgia butts and ribs,
Yep.
and the other one is the volcano dust. We haven't we haven't done the volcano dust as an Atlanta Grill Company rub of the month yet, but June's coming. Jeff and I haven't decided which one of these Atlanta Grill Company is going to be the June rub of the month yet, but I might do volcano dust. Maybe we'll see. But volcano dust is an amazing pork rub. But like
Have we done the big chicken yet, John?
we did the big
I
chicken.
thought we did.
Uh, so man, I don't know.
I would say go with the volcano rub then, the volcano dust, and then the following month let's do the honey pecan.
I wanna get the Toreo into this as quickly as possible, man. Guys, Brewster, you've asked me a question that's got no answer. I don't want to sound like a shill here, but I am so enthralled with all of the Atlanta Grill Company rubs. I like every one of them for specific uses. A lot of them have multiple uses, but uh, they're crazy. And if you can let yourself buy that entire set, I think that's where you should start with Atlanta Grill Company. And I think if you buy that whole set on sale, which I'm really hoping, I need to ask Gary. I don't know why feel like I need to ask Gary, but they normally run these on sale. There are more frequent sales where they run the whole set for $99.99 for the whole set, but typically during their on-site events, they'll have them available for $69.99. Like I said, I can't promise that. I haven't been told that they're going to do that, and I don't know. But if you can get that whole set for $69.99, do it.
You're foolish not to.
Yeah,
I mean,
these rubs,
pure and simple.
every one of these rubs is top quality, and you're gonna find use for all of them. and you're going to figure out from that without spending a whole lot of money which ones are your favorites. So that's what I recommend on that. Uh,
Come on up. Jump
where are
up.
we here? Uh, what have I missed?
Come
Oh,
up.
I've been going. Uh, yeah, Tom says there will be some specials. I'm sure there will be.
And
And
remember that Ryan
Anthony,
Lane will be
I
there.
I can tell you confidently that Ryan Lane, like Tanya just brought Ryan Lane up. Ryan Lane from Lane's Barbecue, the Atlanta Grill Company rubs are developed from Lane's Barbecue. Ryan Lane, and I don't know if Ryan develops the recipes or if the recipes come from somewhere else, but Ryan produces the rubs for Atlanta Grill Company. So if you're familiar with anything Lane's does, which all of Lane's barbecue stuff is top notch as well, that's where this stuff comes from.
Come
So
on up.
that's the answer to that question. You know, if you've ever had Lane's barbecue, which the Lane's rubs that I've had are off the hook. We talked about Kunami. Did I bring
Tsunami
Kunami
is
up last week?
Yeah,
awesome.
we
Kunami SPF 53, the 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 Chef Eric's Scorpion Steak Blend, which is a blend of Kunami SPF 53 and what's the beef rub that's in that set? The brisket. Uh, I can't remember what the third one is there. It's all from Lane's, so it's top notch, top quality, Anthony. That's
John,
the answer. Huh?
call your boy.
Call my boy,
Yeah,
Hemmy. Where's
yeah.
Hemmy?
He's right here at my foot. I'm trying to get him to
I'm
hop up and say hey to everybody.
Hemmy. Where's Hemmy? Hemmy doesn't come up and get in my videos anymore. He never comes up. Uh, he used to get up on the bar here with me when I was doing video intros, and he just doesn't do that anymore.
Yeah.
Other people have asked about Hemi as well. So, guys, we got to wrap up.
Coming
I
up.
don't want to go. I don't want to go any longer tonight. But
Jump
like I
up.
said, we will not be here next week. I'll be at Atlanta Grill Company. Follow my Facebook or my Facebook story on my personal Facebook account, John Setzler, or my Instagram stories. I'll be posting videos and pictures throughout the day. I'll probably start that process on Friday when I hook up with Chef Eric at Atlanta Grill Company, and I'll be posting pictures and video content Friday and Saturday through my Instagram story and my Facebook stories. I'll post them
Yeah.
both at the same time, so it'll all be there.
Kevin's our
Yeah,
sweet pie puppy.
Kevin, you're not bringing. Are you bringing Kevin with you, Jeff? No, Kevin's staying home. All right. All right, guys. I appreciate you hanging with me, and I will catch you here. Yeah, Glenn, come on up. Uh, I'll buy you dinner. I'll buy you dinner. I know that's not much consolation. That's a long haul for Glenn. So yeah, we're gonna have a good time.
Yeah,
Uh,
come
and
on up.
Glenn, I'd love to meet you. I absolutely would.
Come on up.
You and I need to get together and make some video content. And I officially I want to post something where I can post along with my post. I want to post language warning, just like you do. Every time Glenn posts on Facebook, there's it says language warning. I want to do that.
Oh,
That's
here he
crazy.
is.
Yeah, and Glenn, I'm looking forward. I'll get you. Oh, look, Hemi's coming up. Hemi got on camera. Look,
He
did you see
did.
that, guys? We missed it. But yeah, Glenn, I'm gonna get you back on here with me sometime soon, and we'll what we call here in the South, we will chew the fat. That's the word for it. So, guys, y'all have a good week. I will catch you back here in 2 weeks. So, have a good evening.
Bye.